Coming up on Hot Hardware on TechVi, Intel 6-core processors, fake Intel chips, the Dell Xeno HD, and more with Dave Altavilla and Marco Chiappetta.
Try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. Visit gotomeeting.com/techpodcasts.
The first 6-core processor has arrived and it's by Intel. Marco, you got to review the 6-core monster. How did it do?
It did absolutely fantastic. So, of course, not every application is going to take advantage of a 6-core CPU that's capable of processing 12 threads with hyperthreading. But basically, across the board, it's the fastest CPU, desktop CPU we've ever tested. You're looking at a 3.33 gigahertz core clock with six physical cores, 12 logical cores, and it just ripped through the benchmarks. It was a supremely fast processor.
How does it compare on the price scale? I would imagine it's got to be pretty expensive since it's the first of its kind.
Supremely.
So, yes, it is actually. So first, I should probably mention the model number, huh? It's the Core i7 980X Extreme Edition, and that kind of supplants the Core i7 975 at the top of Intel's lineup. But it is expensive. It's a $1,000 processor, but you have to keep in mind it's replacing a quad core that was the same price. So you're getting 50% more cores, 50% more cache, much more performance, and it's within the same power envelope. So yes, it's a lot of money, but in terms of what it's replacing, it's really technically a bargain.
So the bottom line of that, it's awesome. It's expensive, but awesome.
Yes, and that bargain line was a joke.
Dave, Hot Hardware got to test out a couple of new computers. First, let's talk about the Toshiba Satellite E205 S1904. Man, that's a catchy name. I think I'm going to name my kid that. It has WiDi. Could you fill the viewers in about this notebook?
Yeah, a little bit of alphabet soup there, huh, brother?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Toshiba's come up with a nice machine based on the new Intel Arendelle platform, which is their new line of mobile processors, Core i5, specifically Core i5 M430 in this notebook. And it's really nice. It's highly integrated, stylish, little machine built by Toshiba with 4 gig of RAM and built with Windows 7 Home Premium. And it's got some pretty cool features actually that are kind of above and beyond a sort of a breakout from the norm, if you will.
So it's got something called WiDi. That's supposed to do what, wireless video to your television? How does that work?
You've been cheating, haven't you?
A little bit. I actually read HotHardware.com in my spare time, so I have to ask questions.
Go figure. Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right, and that's kind of one of the features that makes this notebook special. It certainly has some power under the hood in terms of multimedia performance. It's got a integrated Intel HD graphics, which isn't going to provide you a ton of gaming performance, but certainly will allow for high performance, high def video, I should say, streaming and whatnot, or playback, via the web or Blu-ray. But it's also got WiDi technology on board, and Intel WiDi technology is exactly as you described. It's wireless to your TV over an 802.11 connection. Okay, and the notebook comes bundled with a little box from Netgear that actually receives a signal. You plug it in over HDMI, the Netgear box over HDMI to your TV, and then the notebook actually streams to that box your video signal, and you can browse the web and you can play high def video, whether it be streamed from YouTube or what have you, or even something you pop in the ROM drive. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive, and it's sort of a takeoff of this notion of convergence and the compute platform in the living room and the kitchen. And we also went over a product this week from Dell called the Xeno HD, which is a little toaster-style, small form factor PC that, again, could double real nicely as a home theater PC, and small enough to fit in your entertainment center. It has onboard ATI Radeon graphics, and again, highly integrated. And these are the sorts of platforms that Intel and Dell and all these big manufacturers are trying to integrate into our lifestyle now. So it's pretty cool to see it all come together.
For the Dell Xeno HD, did you test out one that was like fully loaded that could handle HD decoding and everything, or was it one of the base models? Because I think the base models don't handle video that well. So how did the model you tried out go? Yeah,
this has got an ATI Radeon, let's see, I'm trying to think what kind of graphics. Radeon HD 4330 graphics processor with 512 meg worth of its own discrete graphics memory. So it's got its own graphics engine, and yeah, it can even do a little bit of light duty gaming, believe it or not. And on the big screen, that's a whole lot of fun.
Sounds pretty cool from a small package. Marco, let's talk about a fiasco, shall we? Newegg was selling fake Intel chips, and then the story gets even weirder. Could you fill us in about this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of nutty. Newegg actually shipped hundreds of fake Intel Core i7-920 processors. People, just ordered their stuff, got their boxes, opened them up, and there was, a fake CPU. It kind of looked like it was stamped out of lead, and basically a big plastic nut with a sticker on the top that looked like a fan. So if you looked through the window on the box, it looked like there was a fan in there. But, hundreds of folks got these fake chips and all contacted Newegg saying, hey, what the heck is going on? And, a little bit of controversy stirred because news hit the web that it was a certain distributor that Newegg used, but it was actually another one, and some cease and desist letters were sent out. It got a little crazy.
Are they suing people about this, or is this just a cease and desist, stop saying it's from us thing?
It was just a cease and desist to a couple of websites. I don't think anybody's going to get sued because Newegg, they're going to make it right. They're so big and their customer service is very high. So they're going to take care of the customers that got screwed. And I'm sure it's all going to go away eventually, but it's just wild to see these things popping out of the boxes.
Yeah, this is a very unusual thing for Newegg in general. They do actually have a very good reputation in general. I've ordered from them several times, but I might think twice a little bit now. I hear Android's taking over the mobile world. Dave, what's the deal? Is anyone else winning, or is everyone losing ground to Android?
Well, I think certainly there are others winning for sure. We had a headline on the site that Android crushes the competition, iPhone stands still, and that's kind of a over-the-top sensational headline that gets your attention. The news, we're known for doing that once in a while, but you're absolutely right. Android is making huge gains in market share. And actually, we have some numbers in from ComScore, which is looking at through 3-month average ending January 2010, and Android is up 4%. Or Android platform-based mobile phones it's up 4% from the last time ComScore looked at it. Palm is down 2%. Microsoft, believe it or not, down 4%. So as much as Android gained, Microsoft OS-based products lost. And then, Apple is kind of flat. There's 0.3% gain. The other people that are making some headway is RIM. So, it's impressive to see how well Android is doing in the market.
I'm kind of curious about this. Android's on a lot of different handsets. iPhone's obviously on like one or two, I guess if this is the iPhone, and different models of it. But do you think these numbers are kind of, I don't know, a little fake? Because everyone's waiting on the next version of the iPhone, so nobody's going to be buying one now. Everyone's waiting on Windows Phone 7. And RIM, they have like 1,000 models as well. So Android taking over the market, is this really like a fair thing? Or is this just kind of like, well, this is totally going to change in 5 months?
Well, I think you're right. And you kind of hit the nail on the head there, Ayaz. Market share is market share. And these are percentage gains which show, well in favor of the Android platform. But if you look at the total market share, RIM, everybody on their BlackBerry's in business, 41% of the market, Apple 24.8, 25% of the market. That's huge for only having a couple of phones out there and one manufacturer, right? And then Microsoft at like 20%, and Google, with Android is down at 2%. They're actually the smallest percentage of the market, and Palm's like 7.8. So, for sure, it's all relative, but I guess what's important that, the takeaway here is the gain that Android is making, and I think you'll continue to see that as we progress through 2010.
Yeah, it looks like Android's a serious player. It's time to give back to the readers and viewers of Hot Hardware. Marco, tell them what they could win.
I will tell them. This is actually the last week for the Show and the Love contest, and our system actually includes a real Core i7-920 processor, Radeon HD 5870. We are giving it away next week, so hit the site, make some comments, get in on the action.
Sounds awesome. I believe that's valued at somewhere around $2,000. So all you got to do is show up to the site, and you can get like $2,000 worth of goods. That's awesome. Go check it out. And that's it for this episode of Hot Hardware on TechVi. Marco and Dave, thank you for all that information. You guys can find everything we talked about over at HotHardware.com. I'm Ayaz Akhtar, and thanks for watching.